Hey there everybody, Delilah here today with the second part of my books slash things that I'm thankful for. Today, as promised, I'm going to be going over 10 items on my manga, comic book, animation, anime shelf series that I am thankful for. I know that it is now after Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, by the way. And maybe it's kind of late to be doing a Thanksgiving kind of video, but I personally believe that we should give thanks every day, not just on Thanksgiving. And so I'm gonna keep going with this. And I know a lot of you will be a bit flabbergasted to see that Sailor Moon is not on this list, and there are a couple of reasons for that. I'm trying to show you things that I haven't possibly showed you before, or things that you wouldn't just immediately think about when you think about, you know, series that you really liked or were inspirational to you or you were thankful for. So, also, I just got this. I got this, and I'm very thankful that I have it, but I wanted to possibly do a video on it by itself, so I am leaving Sailor Moon out of this. And as with the previous list, I'm just gonna go in no particular order. These are just 10 things that I am thankful for that I either have watched or just own or I've read. All of the different series on my shelf that I'm very thankful for. So let's get started. The number 10 series on this list is going to be a comic series, and that is Superbia by Grace Randolph. Now, this series is one that I am incredibly excited about, though I've kind of stopped at a certain point. This is the very first comic book that I have owned, that is mine, that I bought with my own money, and it's by Grace Randolph. She's a popular YouTuber. If you go over to her channel, Beyond the Trailer, she does a lot of film stuff. She also, as you can see, writes comics, and I just find her really cool. But aside from that, it's a very good series. It's about the families, like the wives or spouses and children of superheroes, and how they have to deal with being associated with a superhero. The number 9 series that I am thankful for is Red River, or as some call it, Anatolia's Story by Chishi Nohara. I might have talked about this before, I don't really remember, but this is the very first manga series that I got hooked on as far as like any manga series ever. And it just so happens to be my all-time favorite manga series ever. And it's complete, I just don't have all the volumes yet. I'm gonna finish it at some point. This is the story about a modern girl who finds herself in a pickle. She pretty much gets shot back into time, shot being not the best word, but she gets thrown back in time, back to the Babylonian era, and people think that she may or may not be a goddess. This is what got me into actually reading manga. And for the number 8 item, it's not a series, but it is a movie, and that is Princess Mononoke. So the reason why I am thankful for Princess Mononoke is because it was my introduction into Miyazaki films. Everybody has their first Miyazaki film, and not everybody loves Miyazaki films, but I'm one of those people who do, and it's a shame I actually haven't seen that many of them, but everybody has their first, and for me that was Princess Mononoke, and it's just a brilliant story. If you haven't seen a Miyazaki film and you're an older person like me, I would start with Princess Mononoke. The 7th series that I am thankful for is Boys Over Flowers, otherwise known as Hanayori Dango, by Yoko Kamio. I'm really thankful for Boys Over Flowers because it was kind of the gateway into pretty much everything that I'm into these days. This is all a very special tale. I don't know if you want to hear it, but I stumbled across the Japanese drama version of Hana Yoridango, the live action, on complete accident. I thought I was trying to access the anime, I guess, and ended up watching the drama, and from there I got hooked on Asian dramas. So maybe I'm not 100% thankful for the manga series as I am just the series in general, but I have representation right here. And the manga series is really good too. I absolutely love it, and I hope to one day own the entire series. The number 6 series that I am thankful for is called Blood Plus by Asuka Katsura. This is another instance where I actually saw the anime first, but I'm thankful for the series as a whole, not just the manga. But this is a series that's about a girl named Saya, I believe, and she's kind of cursed in her existence in that she has to, it's kind of like vampires a little bit, and she has to fight against her sister who is evil, and there's just so much stuff that happens, so many bad things that happen, and she's trying to maintain her, I guess, humanity. That's not a very good summary, but to explain why I'm thankful for this series would be that this is the first series that really opened my eyes that all the things I like don't have to be happy-go-lucky, they don't have to be romantic, they don't have to be, just happy. This is a very dark series, very bad, dark things happen, and I still liked it for what it was, and that opened my eyes to series that don't necessarily have happy endings, or that don't necessarily end the way that I want them to end. I'm not saying that this one didn't, but it opened my eyes to things that are outside of my comfort zone. So the number 5 item on my list of things that I'm thankful for is Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is obviously an American animation, but it's on my shelf and I love it. I'm very thankful for it. The biggest reason that I am thankful for Avatar: The Last Airbender is because it brought me out of depression. And I know that sounds really weird, but it did. It helped me get back on my feet. I watched this series, I guess, a bit over a year ago, and I was coming off of a really bad breakup. My grandmother was sick, and I just was not having a good time in general. And this became one of those times when I just wanted to shut out the world. And I just remember seeing it on Netflix thinking, why not? Because I don't have anything better to do. I'm not doing anything else with my life. So I just sat down and watched the first episode, and then I watched the second episode, and by the 10th episode I was hooked. And after that I wanted to leave my little comfort bubble and go talk to people, because I wanted to talk about how these characters were awesome, and I wanted to go see my friends again, and it just put a smile on my face. And sometimes series will do that for you. And so I am immensely thankful for Avatar: The Last Airbender, because it really helped me get out of a funk, and I'll remember it forever for that. The number 4 series that I am thankful for is a manga, and it is called Case Closed, or otherwise known as Detective Conan. So this is another one of those series that kind of started me off in my love for manga and anime. This is a series that I saw the anime first, once again. I saw it on Cartoon Network, of course, when they were showing it, and it was in the English dub. I'm thankful for this series because for a whole summer I really experienced something quite different than what I was used to. It's a mystery series about a young man who gets turned into a young boy, and he's a detective, and he goes around solving all of these different crimes. And I just remember feeling incredibly happy, looking for the clues and trying to figure out who done it. It made me really interested in things like Sherlock and, just stories about mysteries and solving crimes. Number 3, we have Ergo Proxy. It's really short, 23 episodes. I really enjoyed this series because it made me think, and that's not something that I have always been into when it came to anime or any kind of entertainment for that matter. I more often than not like to just kind of turn off my brain and watch stuff. But this one was more philosophy based, and it really challenges you to just stop and think. And I didn't necessarily get everything. I'm not going to pretend like, oh yeah, I got all the philosophy and everything that this anime was trying to say. No, not in the least, and I haven't really watched it after that, but I still enjoyed it. It was a really fun ride. It was like I said, sometimes it was hard to get as far as the philosophy went, but it was still a really, really fun ride, and I suggest this to anybody who's interested. The number 2 series that I am thankful for is Cowboy Bebop. I am thankful for Cowboy Bebop because it exists. It's old, yes, but you have to see it. You have to. Cowboy Bebop needs no words. I'm just thankful that this series exists, okay? And the number 1 series that I'm thankful for, and remember that these are in no particular order, even though this one kind of is Inuyasha. Rumiko Takahashi. Inuyasha. The biggest reason why I am thankful for Inuyasha lies just in the fact that it is definitely one of those series that really confirmed that I was in this anime manga thing for the long haul. Like, I loved everything about Inuyasha. I love the characters, the story. I love the deeper plot points that not everybody necessarily understood, like when it came to identity and how everybody in the show is dealing with some kind of identity thing, and that really spoke to me when I was into it. It's a really good time, and if you watch the anime, the music is amazing, and I still sing the music at least once a day. It got lost a little bit along the way toward the end, but I still really enjoy the series, and it's just a nostalgia trip for me every single time I think about it. And that's it for the second part of my list of series that I'm thankful for. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. How did your Thanksgiving go? I hope it went really well. Happy December. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your TBR lists and wrap-up lists. And I'm not gonna have one because I only read 1 book in November. But I'm right back on track now. I'm reading 2 books at one time, and I should have another video for you coming out really soon. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Bye!